Hey everybody. So it's been a while since I put another video up, probably a little bit over a week, maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks already, from the last one that I actually said that it was going to be a couple days span between videos. But this one is a little different. Not really, but kind of. My friend Donaldson and I have been talking about relationships, whether friendships or intimate relationships, for like the past week. I know this is something, Donaldson, you've been waiting for me to make a video of my interpretation of all this, and that's what this is gonna be. Gonna try not be too loud. I got a 5-year-old that is a 5-year-old gonna be 6 in a few months. That's waking up in the middle of the night, and tomorrow is the first day of school. So I kind of gotta keep it down so she doesn't hear me. If she hears me, she's gonna wake up and come in here and be like, "What are you doing?" Anyway, it's just my niece. This whole, I'm not really sure how this all arose, but we started talking, like I said, about a little bit about past relationships, kind of analyzing the bad relationships or the relationships we had in our past, between, my own relationships and his relationships. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say anything personal about him. I will describe more personal stuff about me, and please excuse the fact that I'm itchy just because of the fact that my skin is dry. Sorry. It is. Anyway, so we get to talking through text at first about some stuff, like I said, about how, I don't know how to explain it. How can we tell a person is a toxic person or not a good person to be in a relationship with, whether a friendship or a business partnership or an intimate relationship? Again, we talked about this for a good, texting and talking on the phone off and on a couple of days while we go through our own stuff. We talked about it for almost a week. And again, my skin's dry, so I'm gonna be itching a lot. But we got into the whole thing of analyzing gender roles as well from when we grew up. I mean, we're both, about to be in our 40s. He's a year older than I am, and I'm 39, so y'all can imagine how old he is. I'm not going to say it, Donaldson. You can say it in the comments. I'm not going to say it. But us being this old, we have gone back to analyze our past relationships and kind of notice that there's some sort of pattern. Now, everybody has their own individual pattern, or as I called it, a common denominator, using some math words here that I learned in school. Yeah. But it's true. There's a pattern or a common denominator with every single person. It stems back to, or it goes back, if you look into your relationships, of what kind of person you decided to be with or be friends with. I go back more to the serious personal relationships because that is where I have seen myself and analyzed more of my relationships. My friend, Donaldson, he related more to even including friendships. What kind of patterns, what kind of red flags do we see that let us or help us avoid a toxic friendship or a toxic relationship or a toxic business partnership. Again, it's different for every single person. But the common thing is that there's one common thing that for some reason we seek in that one person, or in that person that we're being friends with or being intimate with or whatever. There's a common reason, a common thing that we search for. Again, everybody's individual. I noticed that mine was people who let me give them the utmost attention. That's what I figured out about me. People who I put into my life, and I'm going to go into serious relationships. People who let me hold them in high regard and pay them a lot of attention, or in essence put them in on a pedestal that they're perfect. Those are the kind of women that I have been with in my relationships. Donaldson said something about his relationships, but I don't that's not for me to discuss about what he noticed in his. But what we noticed is there indeed is a pattern. I mean, I'm not ashamed. I haven't been in a lot of relationships. I think the total I've been in is 5. I'm happy to say it. At least it goes to show I haven't been around the block. I'm not a typical male. I'm not a typical person nowadays that feels that being promiscuous is okay. I mean, sure, you go back to gender roles and you see, like we talked about when we were growing up, we as boys, now men, but as boys, we were brought up by our fathers to be tough, strong, emotionless, not really caring. I mean, add to those 4, we were supposed to be the breadwinners. You know, we were supposed to take care of our families. We were supposed to take care of our woman, stuff like that. Women, or the girls, in that same instance, were told, go be like the boys. Do it. Go for it. Be strong. Hey, be independent. Don't get me wrong. I'm with the whole thing of a strong, independent woman as well. Hey, more power to you. If you can do it yourself, great. You know, if you don't need anybody, great. That's perfect. You are an independent person, just like the way any other person is, whether male or female. Great. But do you see where the gender roles kind of get confusing? Girls were raised to be the damsel in distress, to be the one to be, you know, in essence, dominated by a man. To be, you know, to know that their place was to be at home, raise the children, take care of the home, do the grocery shopping, do the laundry, stuff like that. Where a man was told to be, you're going to cut the grass, you're going to take out the garbage, you're going to do the heavy lifting, you're going to go in, you're going to be the breadwinner, you're going to work, and you're going to be everybody's emotional punching bag, because kids are going to get upset at you because you're the one laying down the rules, and mom's the one that's cool, and she's the one that's nice, and oh, I hate you, dad, or I love you, mom, stuff like that. That is the gender roles we were given growing up. And then he and I noticed that there was gender reversal. I didn't really think about it much, but once I did, I did. I started seeing it. He was right. As boys or as young adults, young men, we were told women love sensitive guys. Share your feelings. Be sensitive. Cry. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't be that kind of guy. Hell, I'm that kind of guy. Since recently of what's happened to me from being on dialysis or, end-stage renal failure, going blind in one eye, partially blind in the other eye, losing my legs, losing a finger, and then losing my brother. Yeah, I become kind of a crybaby. As they said it, what was it? Forgot what movie it was, but a baby back bitch. Don't get me wrong. I know when to be tough. I know how to be hard. I know how. If I'm in pain, I don't show it. I'm in pain right now, physical, at this moment. But I don't show it. I take it. Because I know I have to. It's not because I'm a man, it's because you can't really be complaining all the time. But do you see where the gender reversal was started? In our generation at an early age. And now you got the whole thing now where, what was that big thing before? It was what, metrosexuals? Guys that were more feminine, carrying man bags and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Hey, you do you. That's not me. I'm the kind of guy that gets his hands dirty. Now, especially when I can. But I used to be a guy that used to get dirty all the time. I used to get dirty doing stuff. Fixing my truck, oil changes, tire rotations, whatever. You didn't do with a car. I was there. I tried to put my hands in it. Try to learn how to do stuff. But I also knew how to be clean. But do you see where the gender reversal is there? It goes back to when we were young adults. I'm going to talk about some of my relationships. I'm not going to name any names because I'm still friends with some of them. One of my friends and one of my short-term girlfriends, who I know, if she sees this, she's going to know who I'm talking about. I think back now, and she is the one I can say for me, at least I believe so, is she is the one that got away. And now I'm not talking about her, and I'm not going to say her name, and I'm not going to go ahead and I'm just using it as an example of how relationships work, or how I think they work, and how we pick an individual with the same qualities. So this short-term girlfriend of mine, who I was in love with, still kind of am. Let's put it this way: she was a saying, "I'll get with you," I'd get with her in a heartbeat. Enough said. So Donaldson's heard this story, and he knows the people involved, but I'm gonna say X and Y. X being the girl and Y being the guy. Y was one of my friends. Good friends. X was a girl that I liked, who semi-liked Y. I think liked Y a little more than she liked me. But I liked X a whole lot more. At least I thought so. And I'm not going to say the name of her friend, but anyway, I don't know how this happened to come about. But we went to go watch a movie. And the two of you I'm still friends with, so this is going to be a nice reminder. And I don't know how it has happened. Let's call her friend Z. I kind of start laughing when I think about this, but Z and X and myself went to go see a movie. Let's put it this way. Z did not let me see much of the movie. All I have to say is it dealt with a guy in an iron mask. And Z, if you're watching this, you're gonna laugh, because I remember. And I really don't have an idea why Z did this. But it might have been, and this is my understanding. Now, Z, you can always message me and correct me if I'm wrong, if you remember the details of this night. I think Z did it to make X jealous, to kind of push X a little bit above, over the line, to finally say, no, I like him, he's mine. Don't know. Never had this conversation with X or with Z. Lightly I have, but I know there was a lot of other situations, especially one involving Soul Train. They definitely know who they are now. And sneaking out and sneaking in places. But I honestly don't know why that night happened. But again, I liked X a whole lot. Like, a whole lot. Like, if anything, I could say X was my first love. X and I talked off and on for a long time. Even in our early adult life, we talked. Even considered even getting together again. I mean, at least that's where I thought it was possibly gonna go. But X and Y had gotten together. We were actually at a movie again with other friends of ours, and X and Y eventually, do what you do at a movie instead of watching it. And it wasn't that time, it was hurtful. The first time it was hurtful, because I remember I was sitting in a different aisle because we didn't really want to make it apparent that I was interested or that I was planning to do something, and I wasn't planning to do something. I was coerced by one of my other friends, who I'm lightly still in touch with. He coerced me to make a move, and I decided, okay, I would. We all went out as a group, and then we were all in a different aisle, and then I kind of moved to get in the same aisle, and when I did, I saw X and Y. Yeah, they were making out. It hurt me. I was hurt because of the fact that I wanted to make a move on X, and I couldn't. And I didn't hate the guy for it. I was a little upset, but I didn't hate him, and I wasn't mad at him. Hey, like what they say, all's fair in love and war. So I wasn't, but I was upset. I was a little heartbroken as well. And the reason being because he knew what I was up to, what I was going to do. He had an idea because we all talked about it. Not everybody, but the guys did. And he still did what he did. And it's okay. Like I said, it's all right. It's fine. But that brought back memories, and I started thinking in my past relationships, and they're all got a common denominator. Except for, well, out of the five, out of the, well, I guess, no, out of the five, you can say it's weird, but my common denominator is white girls. That's my weakness. White girls, glasses, yeah, my weakness. Brunettes, weakness. She'll never see this, but one of the nurses at my dialysis has a Midwestern accent, blonde hair, white woman, tattoos. She's like exactly what I want. Yes, she is exactly what I want. Hopefully she never sees this, so she'll never know that. But the three that I'm talking about are the only ones that were Hispanic or Latin in essence. Two Mexican and one Salvadorian. And if y'all know me, y'all know who the Salvadorian was, and that was in high school. But anyway, my first love and my last love were white. Again, that is my Achilles heel. White woman for some reason. But I started noticing that every girl I've been with, girl and woman, especially a woman, the last one, they all liked things about me, how I was, how I acted, what I liked, what I talked about, what I was interested in, how I did things for them, how I gave them the time, how I gave them emotional support, stuff like that. And I talked to Donaldson about this. It's like that. This is what I found out is they liked how I was, who I was, but they did not like me. One of them actually told me, I like you. I like how you are. I like how funny you are. I like everything about you. What I don't like is you. At that time, my young mind, I was like mid-20s, 23, 22, 23, something like that. I couldn't grasp it at that time because I wasn't thinking like that, but I couldn't grasp it. It's like, what do you mean you like everything about me, but you don't like me? Now, everyone has their whole thing of when they say they've been in relationships and that they've ended, and they always said, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me.
Everyone will die.
To me, that's basically what they were telling me. It's not me, it's you. You're the problem. You physically, you, who you are, is the problem. Everything else about you is great, perfect, okay, I love it, I want it, but I don't want you. When I started to think about what Donaldson and I were talking about, he realized some things as well in his relationships. Again, that's not for me to say. But if anybody thinks about past relationships, you can see that there's a pattern. You know, there's a certain type of person that we seek for intimate relationships or friends. I used to look for friends that are oddballs, crazy, a little off the wall. I still do. I myself, I am crazy. I am off the wall. My friend Marie calls me a dork. She says that I'm not. She doesn't call me a loser. I call myself a loser, but she calls me a dork. She says I'm crazy. She says all this stuff because of the things that I say. Now, currently in my life at the moment, I have chosen to not have much of a filter. I have chosen to go ahead and do really whatever I really want to do, however I feel. Speak my mind of however I feel. I used to be the kind of person where I would hold things back and not say some things, but not to speak bleak or morbid, but I personally don't know how much time I have left. Whether I live to be 60, 80, 100, 50, or 41. I honestly thought I'd never see 30. I honestly thought I'd never see past 30. Once I got to 30, I was surprised. I won't see past 35. I've seen past 35. I'm 39 now. I'm at still of the thinking I won't see 40 or past 40. That is not what I'm talking about, but still. But that is the kind of friends that I seek. People to keep in my life who are similar to me, because that is the kind of people I want to surround myself with. People who are not afraid to have fun, poke jokes at themselves, poke jokes at other people, but jokingly, not harshly, not rudely. People who are willing to watch a movie over and over and over again, even though you've seen it 1,000 times. You know, but at the same time, you have to see, are those people being genuine with you? Are they actually being a friend? Or are they using you for something other than friendship? I mean, do they only come around when it's convenient for them to get something from you? Do they only come around when they need a favor from you, but never there when you need a favor from them? No matter how small, no matter how big. It's like Dee brought up the whole thing is, would you rent a car for somebody who didn't have insurance? Would you let that same person borrow $100 or $1,000? My answer to him was, well, it depends on the person. Depends on their track record with me. Are they trustworthy? And he said, well, he gave me another analogy or another example, and he said, some time ago, he let somebody borrow money at his job. Let him borrow $50. Individual said they didn't have the appropriate dress wear for work. Gave him $50. Said, go buy the appropriate dress wear. Person took the money. Said, okay. Next time he saw him, person still was not wearing the appropriate dress wear. Person gave him an excuse. Oh, it's at the cleaners. I have the cleaners. I haven't gone pick it up yet. He said, okay. And he asked him a couple of times, hey, where's the dress wear? Where's this? Why aren't you wearing this? Thought you picked it up. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, why don't you just, instead of, me catching you on a day that you're wearing it, why don't you just bring me the receipt? Oh, yeah, I'll bring you the receipt. The person ducked them for a while. Oh, the receipt's at home. I'm sorry, the receipt's at home. Oh, I forgot, receipt's at home. So one day he told him, Why don't you take a picture of the receipt and text it to me? That way you don't forget. And he brought up a good point. He says if you do that to somebody, for this example, and they get defensive and they're trying to pull a fast one on you, they're just going to say, oh, I'll just return the money. I'll just give you the money back. That's what this person did to him. He says, oh, I'll just give you the money back. I'll just give you the money back. I'll just give you the money back. He says, no, I want the money back. I just want to make sure that you use the money that I gave you for that dress wear. That you actually use it for dress wear. You didn't bamboozle me out of money. You just didn't steal money from me and use it for something else. But you actually used it for what I gave it to you for. And that proves my point. Proves to me that you didn't use it for what I gave it to you for. And then he said he started looking into other things, and eventually that person lost their position there. But that's the kind of people that we have to stay away from in our work lives and our personal lives, friendships. There's people that befriend people because they see what they can get from them. You know, they want thousands of favors but never want to give one. Like I said, they're the kind of people that come around only when they need something from you. But when you need something from them, they're never around. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I don't have that. That's that whole thing that I talk about in personal relationships. Give me. What can I get from them? What can I get from you? What can I get from you? But they don't look at it's give me. I'll give. It's a two-way street. It's just like anything. Like trust. Trust is a two-way street. You get trust willingly at first. Once you break it, you don't get it back. You can't. It takes a long time to earn trust back. But trust is the same two-way street. You give trust, you get trust. You give trust, you get trust. Oh, hey, babe, I'm gonna go out with the guys, and we're gonna go drink a couple beers, and we're gonna go to so and so's house. We're gonna play some video games, and then I'll be home late tonight. Okay, sweetheart. Have fun with the guys. Tell so and so I said hi. And have fun. We'll see you tonight when you get home. And then you go to a strip club. You get a lap dance. Hell, you may even convince one of the dancers to go home with you. Back to her place. For his place, if you're that kind of person. Do the deed and come back and nothing happened. That's not trust. That's a toxic person. If they do it with little things, like $50. What makes you think they're not going to do the big things, the important things, the savage things? I've never been one to say or ever cheat on anybody I'm with. I'm with you. I'm with you. That's mine. That's me. My personal perspective. If you could talk to most of my exes, I never cheated on any one of them. Never. Never looked at another woman or a girl at that time. Never said, oh my God. Never did. Nope. If I was with you, I was with you. I told you I cared about you. I told you I cared about you. And I cared about you. People don't realize nowadays that a person's word used to be its weight in gold. Now it's not. In friendships or relationships, a lot of people that go through bad relationships or go through bad friendships end up closing themselves off to everybody. I mean, think about it. If you walk into the same store, no, let me take that back. Let's say for every day, for 2 times a day, you walk into the same gym, and the same person comes in there and whoops the living dog shit out of you. It just pounds you on the face twice a day for a week. Would you go back to that gym? If the same scenario, but they verbally abused you, would you feel comfortable going back? Would you want to go back? Let's say you paid $100 for a 1-month membership there, and you're paying $100 a month, and that happened. Would you say, F the $100? I'm not going back until they leave or until they're not there anymore, whatever. That's how it is in personal relationships and friendships. When we get into some of those relationships that are abusive, verbally or physical, for guys, there are physical abusive relationships for guys. Don't get me wrong, there are. So I'm not omitting that. Though guys are real quick not to admit that. But guy does. But you tend to go ahead and close yourself off to people. And like I said, in friendships, relationships, you just don't want to deal with that. You get to be senseless, numb. You don't want to deal with the crap anymore. You don't want to deal with somebody doing that to you again. And this is, like I said, this is not just in personal relationships. This is also in friendships. When a friend abuses you so much by taking advantage of you, once you catch on, you don't want to be around them anymore. They're the kind of friend that when they call you, you're like, oh shit, they're calling again. God dog. Okay. I'm going to ignore their call, or you know what? Hey, give me a second. I'm going to lie down real quick. You end up doing that stuff, but only because of the fact that you do not want to be around that person anymore. Some people don't have the heart to tell a person, hey, you know what? You're no good for me. You're not a good friend. Just, you're done. Some people will. Like myself, I can't. I just will distance myself from you and stop talking to you altogether, and then from there, but I'll never tell you. That's the same thing with personal relationships. It's hard. You are in a relationship with somebody, whether it's abusive, physical, or verbally abusive, or emotionally abusive. You break up. What do? One of you's gonna call the other one back. One of you's gonna try to get the other one back. Or you're already gonna be friends for, try to make it be friends. I mean, I did that with my most recent ex, one from a long time ago. We were broken up. I left. Like I said, I left. But after time, we started talking again and being kind of friends and stuff. And then we started hanging out again. And then we started acting like we were still together in a relationship. Then we even started staying in the same house together, sleeping in the same bed together, sleeping together again, doing stuff like that. And I believe the only thing was because we were comfortable. We were comfortable with each other from being together for so long. We knew each other so well. I think at that point, we did not want to deal with the BS of meeting somebody new or going through that process. Now, since then, she has met someone else, and I did too, but that didn't work out. But still, we both gone our ways. But you do that. You bounce back. You bounce back with somebody back and forth, because you're unsure. You have something comfortable that you know and you're used to, and you do not want to mess with the BS of something new. Like a lot of people say, More along the lines that they don't want to mess with the dating scene anymore. They think they're too old to date, stuff like that. Because you think of dating, you think of you being a young adult, teenager, early 20s, mid 20s. And you think that once you get past 25 that you should already know what you want, right? You should already know who you want, right? You should already be married or within a long-term serious relationship with somebody, right? Hell, there's people that are 50, 60 years old that are still dating. They're looking for that person. But you go back to the common denominators. You seek that person that has those qualities that you think you're looking for. When I broke up with my girlfriend in high school, I was together with her for like 4.5 years. 4.5 years. I had a hard time. I thought it was the end of the world when I broke up with her. One of my friends, Darius, will tell you, he will admit, I acted like it was the end of the world. I did. And I did. I had a hard time with that. Because that's what I thought. I thought I was never going to find somebody, this and that. Okay. That was wrong, but that's how I thought. And then the next ones came. And the next one came. And the next one came. And then the last one came. But Darius, and I'm putting you on blast, Darius, he gave me one of the, not the weirdest, but just an odd analogy. And I'm going to give it to y'all too. Speakerbox album. Outkast. Andre 2000. Prototype. Listen to that song and just listen to the words. That's what he told me to do. And consequently, he actually sung the part he was trying to bring to my attention. And it was when Outkast says, I hope that you're the one. If not, you are the prototype. I didn't think much of it at the moment when he said it. But once I went back to listen to it, and I went back to listen to the song, I kind of started seeing, I think, of what he meant to say with that song. So the girlfriend that I was with, I hoped she was the one that I was going to live forever with, which I didn't. If not, she was the prototype. The prototype of the person that I wanted in my life to be my partner. She kind of laid out, like the way it says, a blueprint, a prototype of the girl that I wanted. Qualities in her, I liked a lot of them. And no, Darius, not for that. And when I moved on to the next one, there were other qualities in her that I liked. Then when we broke up, the next one I moved on to, there were qualities in her I liked. And every one that I moved up to, except for my last ex, everyone had similar qualities. And I even give you some of the ones that off the bat. They were shorter than me. They had black or brown hair. They wore glasses. They were, I guess you could consider BBWs. And They like Mexican guys. And you know, that's some of the qualities they all had, except for my last ex. She was just a little bit, a smidge shorter than I was, maybe like an inch or two. Where the others were like, I'm 5'11", or I was 5'11", and they were like 5'5". So I towered over them. The last one, she was close to my height. She was like 5'10", 5'9". The other ones were all BBWs. She wasn't. She was slender and fit. But still had the same thing. Glasses. Brown hair. She had one of the common things, white. And she had a lot of the similar qualities, personality-wise, as my other exes. That's what I mean, is that we go for what's familiar to us in friendships and relationships. Friendships are the same thing. We go for friendships with people who are similar to our old friends that we used to have in high school, or similar to us. But they all follow a blueprint, a guideline that we ring them through in our mind. And we all do it. Donaldson actually sent me a screenshot of something he found, and it kind of goes into the whole thing of familiarities. I can't say it. It says something along the lines of, when we get the butterflies in our stomach, and I'm going to put it somewhere like right here somewhere. It's going to be pretty big, so it's going to cover here. The butterflies in our stomach may feel like, and I'm paraphrasing, so I'm not exactly sure exactly how it goes, but this is basically the gist of it. The butterflies in our stomach may feel like it's something, excitement or love or something of that sort, when in actuality we don't take it for what it actually is. In actuality, it's a warning sign. It's a red flag. Because it's something that we find familiar from an abusive parent or some sort of abusive relationship in our past. We find it and feel its excitement. We feel its butterflies. We feel we're enamored or in love with this person, when it's really not that. It's our gut, it's our body, it's our mind, our subconscious telling us, hey, this isn't going to be good. This is a red flag. We're trying to wave you down, but you're not paying attention. And most of the times we don't listen. We omit it. We let it go. And it's true. We become friends with people who, even though we've heard from other people that they're gonna be bad for us to be a friend, or how they are, we still want to go figure it out for ourselves. And then, because we see something in them that we actually like, for just a little thing, or some of us give them the benefit of the doubt, we don't listen to these butterflies. We don't listen to these red flags. We don't listen to our gut. And then we get into a bad friendship, a using friendship, an abusive friendship. We get into an abusive relationship, whether verbally, physically, or emotionally. I mean, it just happens. I mean, think back. And Donaldson brought this up, and she goes, think back about all your past relationships, whether friendships or intimate relationships or business relationships. Think back and think about how they all went. And why is it when you think back about past intimate relationships or personal relationships, what do you think more of, or what do you remember more of? Do you remember the good? Or do you remember the shitty? I myself am kind of torn in between remembering the good and remembering the shitty. I can still remember the good parts of all my relationships, but the parts that hold strong are the shitty parts. The hurt. That is what pushed us to close ourselves off to someone else. To make us be calloused, unemotional. It was the bad stuff, because we didn't want to let anybody in to hurt us again. But as human beings, we have to understand it's part of life. Something we have to learn. There are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days, and there are going to be shitty ass days. Not the end of the world. It's just got to get through it. The good thing is that we know how to pick shitty people for our life, but we also know how to pick badass people for our life. Those who are willing to talk to you no matter what, listen to your problems, give you constructive advice. Not just say, man, you're a dumbass. No. Man, you know what? That's not a real good, sound decision. Maybe you should think about this. Constructive criticism. Constructive advice. Maybe they've gone through something that you're now going through and they know what the outcome's going to be, or have an idea. And they just want to guide you the right path. Like I told Donaldson one time. Or like what he was telling me, he's like, the roadmap, or the way, well, we talked about both of it and kind of both discussed it. And the roadmap of life is not direct, of course. You're going to go straight. You're going to go straight. You're going to go to the right. You're to the left. And you're going to go to the right. And you're going to make a curve. And you're going to loop around. And it's got its stops. But when you get stops, those are quote-unquote milestones. Those stops are put there for you to overcome and proceed forward. It's the same thing with relationships. You learn from the bad relationships in friends to make new friends, to try to avoid toxic friends or people who are there to use you. You can only learn that with life experience. You avoid toxic relationships by analyzing the toxic relationships you've had in the past. You bring a sum of all the good things that you remember having in your relationships in the past and bring them to the new relationship and try to adapt them and use them in that relationship and find more things to make that relationship work. My friend Marie and I were talking today, and we both agree on the same thing. Money and physical looks shouldn't be important. It should not play a role of why you're with somebody. Money can be gone the next day. You can have $1 billion today, and tomorrow morning you have jack shit. Looks are the same way. You can look like Pam Anderson today, and in 1 year you could screw it all up, and then you could look like the guy from Mask, that 1980s movie Mask. Yeah. No hate on him. I'm just saying you could look like that. Or even, what's his name? Sloth from the Goonies. You could look like him. Those are superficial things. That should not, and I've said this in my past videos, those should not determine your worth as a person. Your net worth and your physical looks should not judge or basically just say who you are. Getting to know somebody, no matter who they are, friendship, intimate relationship, business relationship, that's what makes lasting relationships and lets you avoid toxic people. I don't think I really pretty touched base on what Donaldson thought I was gonna touch base on, and I'm sorry if I didn't, dude. I'm very sorry. It's kind of floating everywhere. But that's just what kind of came to mind and what I was spilling out. But, you know, people nowadays are superficial a lot. People nowadays, a lot of them are toxic, and we don't know it because they can hide it very well. People nowadays want to use people. You know, like the Eurythmics, when they say somebody wants to use you, somebody wants to abuse you. I mean, that's what people want to do now. They want to use people, they want to abuse them, they want to do whatever they think they can do. I mean, if you're a glutton for punishment and you want people to do that, fine. You know, like the comedians say, you know, I dated a guy that was like a dominatrix, whatever, right? And then she says, but I could never get rid of him because every time I'd said something, when I told him, oh, go away, get out of here. Yes, mistress. Okay, no, I really want you to get away. Get out and leave me alone. Yes, mistress. What else can I do for you? I mean, when the comedian said it, she's like, well, I just started using them. She's like, go get my laundry. Do my laundry. Yes, mistress. Because unless you're a person like that, a toxic relationship, a bad relationship, it's not good for you. Not good for anybody. Find good people. Find good people to be in a relationship with. Find good people to be in a friendship. I myself am looking for a person to be in a relationship with, but I'm looking for a good person. A good, unique, genuine person. Mind you, you have to deal with, my shortcomings. No legs, no finger, one eye. Probably a little balding. Yeah, I think I am. Because I wear caps a lot. And the fact I'm end-stage renal failure and being diabetic. Yeah. That's going to be hard. But if you're up for it, I can make you laugh. I'm here all week. But I'm a good person. Doesn't mean I don't deserve to be loved. Doesn't mean I don't deserve to be happy. No one doesn't deserve to be happy. Everyone deserves to be happy in their own way. Now, if you're miserable, I'm sorry. It's got to be something that makes you happy. Find it, stick with it. But stay away from the toxic relationships. Go back and think of yours. And if you're not in a stable relationship, go back and think. Analyze in your head. Give yourself at least an hour to think of everything. See if you can find your common denominator. See if you can find your, your prerequisite of what made those relationships bad. Not that you were looking for it, but that you subconsciously and unconsciously let it happen and let it come into your life. That's all you can do. I don't know what else to talk about that topic. I don't know what else to say. Kind of at I'm not scripted, just speaking off the top of my head, ad lib, whatever. But it's late in the morning. It's probably like 2 or 3 in the morning already. I'm gonna get to bed because I actually have to wake up early tomorrow. Not just for dialysis, but I actually have to go somewhere tomorrow. So I may edit this tonight. I may not. I think I might stay up for a little bit. It's not going to take much editing. It's more going to be music. It's like about an hour long video. Now it's an hour. But yeah, I mean, look into your relationships, whether personal or friendships or stuff like that. Just look at the kind of people you got around you. Do you really want those kind of people around you? Are they the ones that are going to bring positivity to your life? If they are, great. Keep them in your life. If they start being a little toxic, get rid of them. Distance yourself from them. If you can't get rid of them, distance yourself from them. It's plain and simple. Alright, guys. Well, anyway, that was my 2 cents. I don't know if it matters or anything, but hey, that's 60 minutes of me, almost 61 minutes of me talking and yapping my gums off, and I guess my beard is getting gray, so I need it, but I still need to get this trimmed anyway. But anyway, using you guys as a mirror, but either way, yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Like I always say, let's see how this goes. See you later.